just cheats through the smoke and takes one with him. Now it's Henny at the bottom of Banana running up and getting rid of Vanity. I really like the points that Potter were making, praising Vanity for his input, for his impact on the team. Zeppa, are you kidding me? He's gotten himself 2 kills, a follow-up gush. Oh my goodness, he's gunning for the ace and he takes it. What an incredible play from Zeppa.
Oh, he's out of his mind. Oh my God. I can't believe he just did that. You know, with Zeppa, you hold out hope, you think for a moment, yeah, he could potentially do this every single time. I can't believe he actually pulled out the 1v1.
Zeppa, with his luscious locks blowing in the wind, just rides in on his white stallion and glocks them all in the face. That is impeccable. I mean, thank goodness the Glock has a 20 bullet mag, because it came down to the wire for that.
Call a pause.
I just can't. I just can't.
You can't be serious. You got to call a pause. They need to call. Like, there's no way. Like Zeppa, probably right now, he's probably just full. He's probably head to toe adrenaline.
Yeah, his heart's beating through his chest.
Keeps his MAC-10 that he used, so he has a full buy still left over. It's a good way to weaponize somebody who's on a bad gun.
Yeah, 100%.
Put him in a close angle in a dangerous position. Not too worried about losing them. Wouldn't want them to lose to another MAC-10 though.
That seems to happen. Vinny also kind of isolated back here behind the sandbags. He's going to get the first kill versus Jonji and takes Zeppa. Frag grenade at his feet. Drops him to 21 HP. But that's a great recovery so far. Job's not done. He could try and go one better. And if he does decide to force the fight versus Steel, that's the bomb carrier alone. So be cautious, Josh.
Yeah, Henny's in a tough spot. They're gonna, if they're going up mid, I mean, he might get 1 kill, but the Halls player should trade at least.
Whoa, there's the first. Oh my God, Voltage. Welcome to the scoreboard. That was a scary moment for Voltage, as it didn't quite seem he could figure out where the hell Henny was firing off from. Listen, it's a fast flank from Vinny and Yuri already around the apartments. Voltage a little cautious that there could be players in pits, and this patience pays off for Vanity. Keeps his eyes behind, and now they look forward towards the site, but Yuri, he's coming in from the same direction, strikes him by surprise, anticipates Vanity, catches in midair, and Furia are on the board.
My favorite part is when he repeaks. Vanity's like, are you kidding me? He like showed himself. He's like, if I get on the floor, we're in a reset. Yuri repeaks right away. If I switch my loadout, it's going to be because of Vinny. It's going to be because of Vinny. He is putting up M4A1S commercials every other round, man. He's so good with this. That was a 3v5, mind you. 1v2 at the end. His first 2 kills on Banana go the way of Chaos. Caserado dying with the MAC-10, another player dying behind him. They're going for the V-push once again. Vinny's up front.
Good stuff by Jonji. It's cost him his life a couple of times, but he is consistently opening up with these MAC-10 kills. Doing lots with little. Vanity, he finds timing. He 100% hears Yuri, and Yuri goes for the unnecessary jump, almost costing his life. Vanity, playing with the Molotovs, doesn't expect a second player to try and bail Yuri out of the situation, and Yuri's not even afraid. He is so low on HP, yet still tucked behind the hay bales, up close to what is Chaos's push. All 3 of their players trying to get in here, but it's all shut down. Zeppa, some sort of an answer at the least, but with nobody else catching kills other than Jonji's at the start, it's a second for Furia.
Sad for Vanity because he dinks him through the floor, but it's tough because if he doesn't kill him in the air, he's trying to chase down that frag, he gets traded. If he doesn't shoot at Yuri, he might be able to swing on somebody else first, and Yuri jumping is like a blessing and a curse. He takes some damage, but he kind of compromises the position of Vanity, forcing his hand in a sense. So now Henny's looking down mid. There's alt players looking to wrap upon him. He'll support himself with this Molotov and smoke. It's actually a full Glock round already for Chaos, despite Jonji picking up the MAC-10 2 rounds in a row.
They were off to a flying start.
Johnny Mac, that's a good nickname.
Johnny Mac. I like it.
And as you mentioned, only spending $1,000 on the MAC-10 means everyone's life is valuable, but with the MAC-10, you're going to be a bit more comfortable with dying, and that'll allow you to do some crazy things that can make some CTs mad. I want you to remember that, Twitch chat. Everyone's life is valuable.
Everyone's.
Most people's lives, for sure.
Okay. Henny finds timing. Zeppa had just jumped. Oh, jumped out. Oh my goodness.
I love those snapshots, the ones where you don't even see the flick. It's like literally the shutter on a camera going off and you're dead.
Thanks for checking in on us, James.
Appreciate that. I just got way too comfortable and swore.
Yeah, you did. That's all right, man. James came around, you know, we thug it out. Sometimes that's how it rolls. But we're back into the action. You didn't miss a beat, dear friends. Get your friends in here. Get your grandma tuned in. Make sure everybody's watching Chaos try and make a run for the money. Second upset, perhaps. Henny, gonna feel the heat. Oh, a second with that up close combat sniper. And we have Art back in from short as the bomb goes down. Now we do have Steel over towards the pit. Zeppa flashes out from short, trying to disrupt Art, who's honing in on him successfully. Steel, 1v3 attempt. That's his first frag in the map, trying to get across the kill feed. I love that he just changed positions while both of Furia's players were actually tucked into cover, so they may very well think that he's still back there. He almost finds Vinny hopping up, but no, that's 2 survivors for Furia. They're gonna keep their round count rolling 4 in a row.
He wins that with an AK, no problem. It was a great reposition. The flash splits him up for 4 seconds almost. They go behind the wall, so maybe it almost works too well. He moved so quickly, and oh man, that's so sick from Henny. The guy that we highlighted so much has just been fitting into the team so well and hitting all his op shots, hitting the hard ones and the easy ones, which again just feels like something that's developed in such a positive way for Henny. He's just more consistent all around, and I think fits into the what's basically the axiom of the team, to bring them into the mud with us, as Art said, to quote him. You know, Henny is the kind of player that's so great in the CQC, and also and now can like really thrive.
Yeah, he's gonna do it again to start off this one. Steel, a little bit slower out of the apartments than his teammates had hoped for. Disjointed timing really aids Furia in mowing down those kills with ease, just losing 1. Yuri, he was able to lock this one down. You see his head still turned as Steel comes out the doorway, but he had already done the damage.
This is estimated to have won $475, but that doesn't include the Canadian dollars Scrawny owes him for the FUR30 bomb bet. Oh, damn. That's true.
Damn.
He did it. Yeah, that's
wow.
Yo, shout out to Elliot.
Calling me out, Elliot.
I like that.
Careful, man. I'm coming for you.
Dinner's on you tonight.
Yeah. Give me your address. I'll ship it to your door.
I did accept that bet with like a 22 kill half from FUR, so pay me my money.
Mag 7 on Art inside of the apartments. He's hoping somebody comes in. That's a great flash, but Vinny can't make the most of it. Can't help but feel like limited weapon there definitely doesn't help him. I mean, just the per bullet damage of an M4 would have certainly been enough. Art pounding the buckshot into the side of Vanity. Looking to pummel a couple other players through the smoke, but these T's back up a little.
It's like you have to call it, you know, somebody's running across mid, jumping, shooting a Mag 7, but at the same time you ignore it. You have to communicate it. You have to entertain that this is happening in a pro match, but you don't want to spend too much time thinking about it. And he's already at B. He's already here.
Yeah, just sprints on over. Zeppa and Voltage trying to clamber back into the 2v5. Voltage gonna try to gun down the man in the back of the bomb site. That one works. Hey,
He's got
there is a world where this one works. He just has to fall back to coffins, maybe, get into a little bit of cover and isolate these 1v1s. If he can cut off the second man, that would be huge, but his scope's gonna block vision of it.
Wow.
Luckily, he clears the CT cross. That lets him post back up, and sure enough, Yuri walks into it. And you most certainly know he has an inkling as to where Henny's got off to. He tucks back behind the cover, misses his one chance. Henny dodging down under the bullet and coming in time with the defuse. That's a 6 for Furia. Chaos still with a 1-round lead.
I think that would have been even nicer if they had just let Henny go all the way around. And they don't, mind you, they don't know where Voltage is, but if they had let him kind of complete his flank there while Voltage could have been at quad, you know, watching CT, not expecting that at all, then they both live, I feel like. But still, nicely played by Henny to catch him back. Nice attempt at the 1v3 from Voltage. And yeah, the odds shot up drastically when he got that quad kill with so much time to spare to plant the bomb and move to any spot he wanted to be in.
All right, round 14. And he's ready. Lets the first one cross, plucks off the second, and gets the op back up. Calculated to a T. Beautifully done, and a third. Henny's looking for the ace, but he's gonna get blinded yet again. He still survives because Vinny lends a helping hand. Jonji, with everything to do, finds nothing, and Furia tie it up at 7.
But you know what, man? This is a sick match no matter what happens. Both sides playing really well. Lots of highlights so far. Man, Henny is so awesome to watch.
He was so ready.
Yeah, I can't believe he peeks right into Voltage and wins that. I think Voltage only was like slight after flash as well, so it was just a better reaction.
15 and 7 is Henny. And, you know, a part of this is what happened with Chaos versus MIBR. The offer of the Brazilian team coming to life. Fallen did a great showing versus them. Right now, Henny's doing the same. Ooh, baby. Scope up down mid. Voltage pops his head up. Sent right back into hibernation. Try again next spring.
And he's kind of reminding me of like a Wardell right now. The way that he's opping.
Mm-hmm.
Kendall in chat.
But Henny showed up on time.
This match did start on time. That's true. That's true.
Well-timed flashbang. Art in from the smoke. Not giving them any foothold whatsoever. Back versus Zeppa. Caesarado pinned into the back of the bomb site. He forfeits a little bit of the site control itself, but it works out in the end. He'll trade Vinny's life for 2. Steal, last man up. Deagle and a MAC-10, 1v4 to close out this first half. A half that started with Chaos winning 3 rounds in a row. Furia answered back with a great streak. And then we got a second breath of life from Chaos, which was beautiful to watch, and it's nearly not over. Steel going down with a fight, but that's where we end this half, folks. Back in action with 1 round between Furia and Chaos as they switch over to that T side. Listen, Launders, I want you to tell me, what are you looking out for in this second half?
I'm looking out for more of the same aggression from Furia and how differently Chaos will play their CT side, knowing they picked this map over Mirage when they got absolutely dumpstered on it. It seems like they've got a bit of a new game plan already. Nice double nade into logs to start things out. Don't even have to see the guy. Not even enough time to bury him. They've got to move around the map still with 4 players and source out where the last remaining T's are going to be. Smoke coming into the site, front side actually, to catch the boost. Deal. Suddenly a bad position.
Oh, wow, Vinny. Extends into the construction, takes Vanity down too. So the B defense that never saw a thing coming. Vinny's still tucked in behind the pillar. He's got a teammate to actually fire off the Glock, and that's going to draw the CTs past this corner more than likely. The old bait and switch. A cheeky trick. But that T-Smoke actually screws over Vinny, so he's still waiting for them to come in. Kobe. Caesarado follows with another headshot and finishes it with a third. So that's 15 and 6 for Caesarado, 9 and 7 for Fury.
Caesarado, Connor.
Okay, Serrato, Launders. What about him?
Well, that's
What
nice
about
entry
him?
pathing. No, just K Serrato.
Oh, okay. Just simple as that.
Just the name. Yeah.
Damn. Careful, they're already close. Man, they're playing right on the other side of that molly, and well, Steel times the grenade really well.
Sickest part of it all was not using the smoke in CT. So it's like Steel just wasn't wearing pants. He's sitting up on, perched up on the half wall and completely blind. So he doesn't want to fall off. Thinks the smoke's going to land there to help him out. Gets flashed, and they take Con's control with it. Makes him easier to hit and gives up control. A nice call out, especially for the 4v5.
Steel was just sitting inside of a smoke and nearly dies to the MAC-10. So he's going to have to take a further back position behind pillar. Going to be real tough for these CTs to lock down a bomb site using only their deagles. Steel's going to put in a smoke so that maybe they think he is behind it while he holds this headshot angle. And he does have cover enough to try and get a second kill. Gonna have to wait for the recoil to reset or for Jonji to lend a helping hand, but he comes up empty-handed, and Steel, with everything to do, dies to the MAC-10 as Yuri pushes through that defense, and the bomb will be planted. So too much to ask for of 2B defenders with 0 team members nearby.
Kind of like with Chaos, we saw them do the similar anti-eco, and it worked kind of just as well. They like worked that top of banana really hard, but stayed around there, made sure to see if there was going to be any CTs to peek or flash, and then once all those threats were gone, just bullied their way in. And there's no time to rotate around, and meanwhile, Chaos can save these 3 players' head armor into the next round, and they can try it all again. FURIA reached double digits. And yeah, it is a big question mark about the veto. I think as Vendetta brought up, I was really wondering about that as well, because it's not to say that they feel like it's unfair to say maybe our Inferno wasn't as good as it could be. That could have been the case, but their Mirage was so good that you wonder, why forego something that is great for something that could potentially be bad again.
It's happening in this matchup, but I don't mind because it is grade A entertainment. We are tied up at 10 rounds apiece, and we're on the backstretch of first map.
My favorite part is when they went arch this half. It's almost every single round they're trying to turn that corner as hard as possible. I actually wanted to try to point out that they're not using a lot of their smoke. Sometimes they're coming up mid, turning arch without using a single smoke and keeping them really late into the round. But then they end up just like everyone dies and they don't get to use them. But the thought is kind of cool. Kind of testing how much utility they need to use. Great defensive utility, on the other hand, here by Chaos. Stopping Art in his tracks.
Voltage trying to get one as he flies through smoke. Very aggressive, yet again over towards A. Valley is just gonna decide to smoke himself off. Vinny inside of the graveyard comes up empty-handed. Yuri through the bomb site, just mowing him down. Running around like a madman. And all the while, they had gotten Vanity unanchored from pit. So that right there is a clean hit in the end from FURIA. Man advantage in the post plant. And it looks like Jonji's fishing for an opening. If he could take the head off Henny, then maybe he wraps into the bomb site. He's one step closer, but so susceptible to pit, as you've seen. Voltage has to run, and that's FURIA back in the lead.
I don't know about you, but I'm almost kind of shocked they even won there, because they, like, when they got on the site, when Steel got that first kill, I was like, oh wow, he actually just protected his pit player. There's a chance. And it seemed like they were in a pretty good spot, but then they find these miraculous trades at Yuri just rushing it around the box, running and spraying, knowing that he's got enough bullets to just like keep continuing. I mean, I guess, it makes sense. I was actually watching, when we were doing the caster demo review thing, I was watching some of the old games, old Counter-Strike matches, just some of the famous games like NIP, NIP Fnatic and so on.
Wow.
And the amount of running and spraying that went on back then was just like,
that was the scout criticism I had earlier. Yep. I think I influenced this one. But that is pretty wild. What does that really say, though? That the Zeus is better than you think, or that shotguns
I think that says he should be using
thing?
more shotguns, probably.
Mind you, we did see him with that Mag 7.
That's a good point. Yeah, in this very game, jumping across mid. Maybe it's because he uses every gun like an op that he probably shouldn't use any other gun.
God. Flying balcony door Zeus attempt. I'll remember that one. John G, be careful. There is Art on the other side. John G thought he had a little bit more room to work with, but that's going to be a huge kill because FURIA are looking to clamp down on it. And Steel has a Molotov, but it's a little bit late. Vinny's able to get through, and so is KS Dorado. Steel gets confirmation of this, but Zeppa not quite ready for it. Steel understands that he is compromised because Vinny's just killing all the rotators, but at least Steel stops Bomb. Just the one kill for him, though, and Voltage too valuable to try and risk this clutch.
I feel like we're probably both thinking the same thing there, that Steel, he makes a really heads-up play by not just sitting on the site, but coming out wide when he sees that smoke land front site where he knows construction is going to be taken, and he attempts to help Zeppa, but they have gone so quickly that he doesn't have time to get there, and then Zeppa ends up dying because there's two people facing him. But in general, the positional move made a lot of sense, and I think a lot of players would have just gone back to quad, hope their teammate fragged out, and then just played for themselves. But he tried to be a bit more selfless, just smarter about how to approach it. Fortunately, it didn't work out. Voltage is alone.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa!
Oh, it's another situation where basically if Art does his Art things on Banana and he gets the kill, they have a really high chance of winning. Because they just know how to press that advantage to a finish quickly as well. We're seeing rotators dying in the spawn. They just simply don't waste time.
Thing is there too that Vinny, he takes the headshot from Zeppa, gets the kill, and then extends into CT, cutting off the second rotator, even though he had like 10 health to work with. So Vinny, not afraid to fight to the death.
Yeah, and he's kind of the Crims of the team, right? He's like one of the least aggressive. I mean, maybe Yuri is, but they both have their moments, but they're just very, very, very consistent CT side at holding angles, multi-fragging from one position, and picking up slack.
Voltage, that single weapon here for Chaos. He takes one shot at CT spawn and then immediately decides to run rampant and rotate over to A. A wall of smokes to completely counter off Arch, so even his rotation is going to leave these A players all alone. Zeppa yet to pull the trigger. Now that he's close, he gets his hands up onto the AK, and he could find Yuri. He knows he's in the graveyard and has the grenade to flush him out. Yuri dies, burns to a crisp, and this whole round's in question until now. FURIA able to get back control of it, but there was a window of opportunity smashed open by Zeppa and Zeppa alone.
Yeah, good point. Good point. The one shining light. Voltage in a safe situation once again. It's so funny because he was saving last time versus the B take. Now he's saving versus the A take. He's missing out on all the action.
I like that
don't fight the op if you don't have to.
Yep. Avoid it where you can.
What do you like about FURIA?
Well, it's an extension of what you just said. Don't fight the op if you don't have to. The moment that he shot at the B side at the beginning of the round, you saw how quickly Voltage tried to get over to A, and you saw how much even faster FURIA throw out those two smokes to counter him. They had a smoke on the left side of middle, and then also over towards Moto. So even if he played patiently through library, it's not like that op was going to make any attempt at the A site until the smokes fade. So Zeppa was very much stranded, all on his own, finds the timing, plays the trigger discipline, gets the AK. I mean, the man's doing all the work on that side of the map, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, I love that it wasn't just a flash in the pan with that pistol round. He's up to 20 kills, definitely trying to pull his weight. But all this to say is that if you don't enjoy a nice, cool, refreshing can of Monster Energy, you're not going to be able to keep up with the speed at which FURIA approached the game. Acting on the smallest bits of information. One op shot initiated a site take on the other side of the map.
Whoop.
Oh, nade missed.
Freaking gravity.
Of course, we both had something stupid to say.
Some things never change. Jonji puts down the molly, and Art's gonna cross right through it. Smoke grenade blocks vision, but Steel, wild spray through smoke, welcomes Penny in. Jonji and Zeppa, side by side, trying to prevent these T's from wrapping around construction. That would give Vanity a little bit more space to work with as he comes through the CT spawn. But Art He's gonna tuck onto the coffins. Crosshair offset by Zeppa. Wild wide swing, and Vinny with the two-man spray down to keep the man advantage here for Furia. Bomb already a third of the way gone. And Vanity's trying to work up from the coffins, but he's getting flashed. He's popping shots. They know exactly where he is. And by cutting down his teammate, he is screwed. Just trying to survive at this point. It is an inevitability that Furia take 14.
Literally all you can do is, I mean, but you've got a force, obviously, but you've only got 3K on 2 people after this. Another entry into B. A slight miss grenade by Jonji could have had an impact potentially, but it's not like anybody else got kills.
I thought Steel died to the player who was right in front of him, and I was confused because I thought it was Art. Turns out Henny just slams a shot through the smoke right between his eyes.
Right. He was spamming the coffins and then Art peeked him.
Mm-hmm.
Holy. Yeah, that sucks.
Not for
It's
Furia.
like they have to die like that. Oh wow, Chaos are saving. I thought that because they had a couple of buys that they would just go for it. I think many teams would. Cool to see though. Cool to see.
Art again leading the charge. Jonji's just on the other side of the smoke, and Art wants to maybe wait the. I take that back.
You said
Art's
Art
not
and wait
waiting
in the
for
same
anything.
sentence.
Yeah, that was my error. Yeah. He waits for no man, waits for no smoke, shoots through it, but Steel tucked into the depths of construction. Art not going to turn his attention, finishes him off with what was left in the magazine, and this one's done and dusted. So 5 map points for Furia. Chaos with tempered expectations here in this 25th round. They let it slide and decide to play for OT.
I think Henny gave him a chance. Looked at him. Nah, save you for later.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. I want you to have this moment. Someone comes b-hopping across your screen.
You know, I feel like unfortunately for Zeppa, playing Furia, it's going to change his expectations of what professional Counter-Strike is like. You know, you have how many games of Pro CS under your belt, and at least for this first map, it's just players jumping across your screen constantly. You know, this is a different type of Counter-Strike that Furia play in comparison to so many others.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's actually staying on par. Everybody is 4 people are tied for 21 kills right now in this match. Only one of them is on Chaos though.
Whoa, Art. You're a madman. He just offers up all of his health, has 17 HP, and the only benefit is that he's going to get the drop on Zeppa. But of course, it's going to work.
Wow,
because
of course it's
going
to work. Because it's Art,
does
yeah.
work.
And he leaves too. He kills him and he gets away. Of course he does.
Doesn't even stick around for the funeral.
You know, I think, you know, even having the rifle has unlocked different potentials that he's had. You know, allowing Henny to op means he can be even more reckless.
Ooh, Voltage. Struggling to get to the double digits before this map comes to an end. Jonji. As white as Hugo Byron. As that flashbang completely screws over the arch control and compromises the B bomb site. Steel, he is tucked in the back of construction.
That caught me off guard, like a flashbang from Art.
Steel ready. Here's the first player cross. Art could be cut down with a single shot. Steel. Oh my god, cheats past and blasts back Vinny, the tail end of the caboose. Art, he is still inside of the smoke, so Steel should now be the victim of the surprise. Sure enough, down he goes. But the bomb. Oh wait, Steel, he dropped the bomb. That could be huge. Vanity in for the 1v2.
Oh, they can get the bomb and go A. If he's oh, he doesn't have time. He has no time. He's got to walk past and take the fight. Yeah, he can already cross plant first oranges probably. Yeah, and then
he comes off of it and he's going to try to go for the kill. Outplayed.
Yeah, straight up. Vanity let him go for it. That's yeah, honestly, he could have planted and Vanity still wouldn't have been able to catch him. But if he was first oranges with such low HP, probably would have died no matter what. So spammable, of course. But yeah, nicely played by Vanity. Just came through, pulled back. And yeah, never use art and wait in the same sentence. He's not going to play the long version on that rounds. He's going to try to come up with a kill if you want the fight.
Just really goes into the narrative we made about you know, FURIA not wanting to play in post plants. Apparently that's in CT and T side.
Yeah, true. The joke
If
is
I can't
obviously
win in a minute 45, I'm not gonna win.
I don't deserve it. Yeah.
Voltage. Slight angle to work with. He gets fully blinded, stuck around for a second there because he saw the tantalizing kill that could have been. Vanity at bat drops bomb, knows that he could be wrapped around from Arch, but it's the entirety of what's left of Furia coming straight at him. Henny on the top of the hay bales. Enough to cut him down. Yuri gonna tuck into the graveyard. Henny gets the AK through smoke, but still lands the op shot. That is huge. 2v2 for them to work back around. There's so much utility still for Chaos to play. They can Molotov off the pit. They could block vision with their smokes. They could even throw Jonji or Steel through the apartments to go for that God Flash and try to time their push outwards. The one thing they won't have is any sort of an arch wrap. So Yuri's just going to stay tucked in, and he has to hide or catch both by surprise, finishing off the first. He's just buying time. He burns the clock. He takes the round. That's FURIA with MAP1. Jonji, cross your fingers. It don't matter. 16-11 here on Inferno, and Chaos fall short. 5 map points is what FURIA had to work with, and it only took them 2.
I think the other day I asked you, what's the team you just wouldn't want to play in